Back in it. Let's see where we left off. Loading of inventory, save data. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I organized this right before I signed off on the last one. So we will begin with that. Okay, so to find that, let me just run this. So we pick a file. Let me turn off my desktop volume. And it's here just not loading up. So I probably need to figure out a better system for this. Well, let's see. So we clear the old. This is when we load. Here's where we save. Where was I calling that clear inventory? Up in unparse. Let's print loaded data.items. Well, wait. Is that a dictionary? I need to see how we're storing it. So it is a dictionary with the item name as the key. How about we loop through this and we double check that is happening. So when I save, we can see we don't have any items now. That's to be expected because it's obviously not loading in. Let's make a new file. I'm going to load that up and then I'm going to save. We still have no items. I think that's fine because we don't. Let's go buy some now. Here's my debug shop. I'm going to buy some magic tomes and confirm that they're in there. I'm going to save. Okay, here we go. Non-object value. This is interesting because this is an issue with the equipment, which I wasn't having before. Right, the problem was with the inventory, but now I'm having a problem with the equipment. Non-object value to that. That name. Wait. This actually needs to be parsed. I have this in the wrong spot. I don't know exactly why the equipment's failing now. But what I'm going to do is make a new file again. Actually, let's try that one. All right, so that one doesn't work. Make a new file. Go up here. Let me check my equipment too. We can see we have equipment, right? Some items we're going to save. Oops. Oh, crap. I messed up my menu. That menu has a bug. And add item by name. Here we go. That's when we're parsing the inventory, when we're converting it to right data. So when I print loaded data.items, that's down here. And we can see that looks right? We have the keys, which are the item names, and then we have the quantities to the right. So let's look at that error. Invalid get index cure tome. That's at line 55. Add item by name. Loaded data.key. See, that should be the quantity. Oh crap, this needs to be loaded data.items. While we do this, we'll call it items data so that I know specifically it is that dictionary. And so that's going to equal this. And items data goes here, items data goes there, and this becomes that. So I think that's a little bit cleaner. We can also print items with data here. Let's try it again. I think yesterday when I was working on it, I was probably, you know, it was toward the end of the day, and I was probably just getting a little tired of making goofy mistakes, so I'll buy a bunch of them. Save it. I need to change something in my title screen real quick. So right now it's going to delete the second file if I don't turn that off. Okay. We're going to save it. Okay, it's still breaking. But it's breaking at the equipment. Save game, unparse party data. Unparse. I'm not messing with it there. Non-object value. We'll figure it out. So line 28 here. I think what we need to do up here is now print. Before we do that, let's try print player dot equipment. I'm also going to do down here print equipment dot name if player dot equipment equal else. This is only for testing, so I'm not trying to make it you know, the cleanest code. Next name. Let's see what's going on. Okay, now it saves. Okay, it didn't save the second time though. Oh. Okay, I know what we're doing. Gotta fix that. So when we save, we're actually overwriting their equipment. And so when I try and save the second time, that equipment is set up in this format. So I need to rethink how I'm saving this data. Loaded data.party. And okay, so we're manually doing the party data. Player data. This needs to go to player data. And so we're going to do var player equipment equals, just looking at the formatting, I don't think I need all of this now. Player data.equipment n equals item name. So this can be an array. And then we're simply just adding the names of the equipment. So let's print item.name down here. Let's get rid of this crap. I'll keep it in case we need it. So that should be fine. Player data. I need to call this after we do this, because this is going to store equipment as, we can do this. Let's just do this. This is fine. This will store it with all the item resources for the equipment, and we don't want that. And so I'm just going to let it do that for all the properties in the player, right? And then we're going to override it here with the names of all the equipment, which we can then parse down here. Or actually, we parse it in the battle actor, I think. But this stuff we're parsing in here. So let me rerun. We'll make a new file and see if we can get this to work. Okay, it's already breaking. So index 0, because I have to do a pen now. Not a big deal. Let me just change it to this. Item.name. So we have to do print item. Oops. Item.name if item else. Alright, that's a good sign. Save. Let's back out. I'm going to reload. I'm going to load up that file. We can see our equipment did load back in, so that's great. Now items we're going to test. I don't know if we even, I think we just did equipment, but let's see. Alright, that's a great sign, right? Because that's printing out all of our items. Why is it printing out the equipment? So let's try saving again. And again, okay, that's good. It's not breaking. We're going to reload. Now we want to see items. Yes. All right. All of our equipment's there. Just to be sure, I'm going to remove. I don't want to go back on that. Let me fix that, and then we'll finish up what I was testing. So when we press on an item button, I don't want to be in shop GUI. We want to be in submenu equipment. So we do equipment button pressed. Just going to get rid of that. Okay. So now, watch, when I remove this, it should stay there. Yeah, perfect. That way we can go through and remove everything. All right, back to equip. I'm just going to put the sword, and then we're going to save. I'm going to reload, go here, make sure that matches. I don't know if it added the items back, though. So the equipment saved, but I guess that's right. It's just that it's... I feel like it's in a different order. Like if I do equipment, let's remove the sword. Yeah, I think it's alphabetizing. So watch, if I save, no, it doesn't really help if I have to equip. So equip the cloth shirt, and then we're going to remove it. See how cloth shirt's at the end? We're going to save. We're going to reload. Yeah, it's definitely alphabetizing. And with the equipment saving, the items are saving. So that's really good. I do want to get rid of whatever that print is. We have a lot of debug printing, so I want to clean that up and then we'll move forward. So get rid of that. Let's get rid of this crap. I don't need that for sure. Print items data. Down the road, I want to clean this up because it's kind of going back and forth. We really want to have it all in one place, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. We got it working. Just want to see if I cleared up most of those prints. Okay, looks pretty good. Save. There's probably one left. Yeah. All right. Save again. All right, cool. Items look good. We just need to fix it so that it's not alphabetizing. Why is it doing that? It's That's fine. Now we're looping through equipment. That's not what I need to look at. I need to look at the inventory. We have, let's go save game. We do the inventory right here. I'll call this unparse inventory data. So we do get items, which just returns the items array, which is not alphabetized at that point. And then we're looping through each item and setting items data to be item name is the key and then item.quantity. Now when we parse it, we clear the global inventory. We shorten that reference. We get loaded data.items, which is a dictionary. We get the keys of that dictionary. Which maybe that's the problem. Keys I. So you get the key, add item by name. The only thing I can think of is that keys, like this keys automatically alphabetize it. So if I do items data, I don't really know how else to get that without the key. We could do values. So if we get the values, then I still need the key, right? Items data. Let's do a quick search so I can. Does Godot dictionary.keys alphabetize? I guess that's how you spell it. Damn it, it does. Looks like it does. So we could try getting if we do values, let me just try switching that up. But I still need the key. I don't know why they wouldn't tell you this is alphabetized here. I'm going to double check that. Definitely is. But these line up. 2, 3, 4. So if I want to maintain the order, I think we're going to have to use an array. So when we unparse the inventory, we're going to change this up. An array. It's going to be a two-dimensional array. It's going to be items data dot append. Now we're going to have item dot name and item dot quantity. This is going to be an array. And when we parse it, we're not getting keys anymore or values. This is going to be an array. That's going to be add item by name. We don't need this. Might as well. String equals items data I and 0 for item quantity. Int equals items data I 1. And then we do item name, item quantity. Just see if we can get it to work. Where's dictionary? Oh, because we saved it as a dictionary. Let's go ahead and clear all of our files. Can that go away? There we go. Save that. Make a new file. Now, I'm going to go buy some items. These are not alphabetical. We can attest to that there, right? Now I'm going to save. That's good, it worked. We're getting some red errors though. That's fine. I didn't actually want to make a new one, but and we can see it preserves its order. So that's exactly what we want. What's going on here? Inventory item button D. Item updated. I don't really know. Maybe it's with the reload. Is that when we got all that? So we get one here. But in the menu, let's look at that on focus exited. So we're yielding. I'm going to try and get rid of that. We'll see if we actually don't need that. Okay, yeah, something definitely was not working there. Can't focus back. So we do need that. And get focus owner in buttons. Let's try this. So still get that error, and that breaks it, so... Is there any way I can ignore this? Turning variant. The class instance is gone. From the caller, call resume on the state. This invalidates the state within the resume function. Yield resume. It's ready. So that's an object, it's a reference. Just like to get rid of that error because it doesn't really affect anything. And so it doesn't like when we change a scene after pressing that. So maybe we'll be friendly to it and kind of hold its hand. So here, before we change the scene, I'll select screen. We could do something like get focus owner dot release focus. Let's see if calling that first. That does not. Let's try yielding. That does fix it. Okay. Easy peasy. And I'll make a note. This is to account for the yield needed in menu dot on button focused. The question mark so future me knows maybe it's not needed. All right. Back to the notes. So we fixed loading of inventory from save data. We also fixed the equipment. Now it's we're gonna wrap up the implementation of the stats. Now I think the main thing I need, we don't have magic in place yet. And so what I might do is bump up magic and items in battle, because I'd rather get magic, you know, the ability to use it before we get the elements being handled. So we'll do that, and I think I want to get menu button auto wrapping first, because that's just going to make playing the game a bit more intuitive for me. And so I'm going to check out, try and find where I would have last done that. Might have been in here. Probably in the menu. We do have auto wrap. Let's see if it looks right. I mean, this code's kind of a mess, but I think I had it working. So I want to grab that. I'm going to put this into menu. Put it at the bottom because it's not something that I'm going to need to go into a lot. And we need auto wrap. That's going to be an export var. Bool equals true. Buttons equals that. We're just going to do get buttons. And let's see, it's just going to be changed. And so anywhere we see buttons, it's going to be self. I'll do a quick walkthrough. Menu will never be an instance. Okay, that's because now I'm putting the menu on it. Let's do this. If get columns. Let's see if this works. Columns is not equal to 1. If get columns, oh, we can just do this. If get columns, let's do this. I think this has to be a variant. So we're not going to type it. It's either going to be, man, columns doesn't even look like a word anymore. It has to be able to be either null or 1. And so we're going to do if columns in null or 1. We let's do for is grid container. Let's see. No, I think I had to modify this because if it's a grid container, I think we just do, let's change it. Let's do this. Just do that. We can't use that either. How do I check for a VBox? So the only problem is I changed how I handle menus, just to reiterate that. See if there's anything we can find that's specific. Or is this the same? Oh no, we do left and right. So we're going to comment that out. We're going to do else. This is going to be get focus neighbor left. Of course, it's spelled the European way with the U. No, I still can't check the type, and I need that type. Now to get node that script is on in Go. Okay, maybe that. Let's look that up. I'm gonna check. Let's see what comes out when we do that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So it's a string, so it needs to be dbox. It's a little bit slower, but not a huge deal. I'm going to copy this. as well do it's going to be more efficient. I think it's less of a string to compare. So we have auto wrap. Set focus neighbors to auto wrap. The only thing this doesn't account for is dynamic button creation. But we could, when we add a new button, like clear the auto wrap. It looks like we do have to call this up here. And now we're not gonna auto wrap them. Let's see what that looks like. See how it wraps around? See, that's nice. Now, I'm not sure, yeah, so we don't have it in grid container. I think that's all right. Equipment, yeah, it should work. We go to battle, it works in there. A lot of experience. Okay. Yeah, I know. Get rid of that. And what we'll do is yeah, so we can just comment this whole part out. I'm gonna do alright, so we don't have to worry about that now. Fixes that error or that warning. Now that's printing the quantities. I want to comment that out. Yeah, that's where I thought it would be. Alright, so I think it's time to get to items of magic in battle. So we got auto wrapping. But real quick, I should walk through that auto wrap code. I'll let you freeze frame. Here's the top portion. Remember, we're not using columns, so I might just comment that out. Or we're not using grids, rather. And let's also do put this first. So what you want, you'll copy this part. Don't use the L for the elif, because this will be all you have in here. All right, and then you have this as well. So we're checking if our class begins with VBox. We're doing that because we can't use a type check because it's always going to return menu. If we try checking the type of self, it's going to error out. So we use get class, which returns a string, and then we check the front of that string to see if it's VBox, and we do the same for HBox. Now all this is doing excuse me, is we're getting the top button and we're getting the bottom button. That's easy because we have an array of buttons that we get up here, and we just use front and back for both of these. Now, down here, we're setting the top focus neighbor, or the top button's focus neighbor top to be the bottom button, and vice versa for the bottom, and then here we do it for left and right. And what that looks like in code, let me find a menu for you. It's easier than it sounds. It's not that complicated. So if we click on a button, or really any control, but you can see we have these neighbors, right? The focus neighbors. And that means if we press left when we're on this button, if we assigned a focus neighbor, it would go to that when we press left. So basically, these override the focusing that the engine does automatically, right? It tries to guess where you want it to go, and we primarily use that. But so for here, we're not doing that. And I probably could use next instead. But I guess it's more specific the way we had it. All right. And we want to automate that. We don't have to go in and set that for each button, especially when we're creating buttons on the fly. All right, so we can close that out, close all that really. Time to move to battle. And as always, just let me know if you have any questions. If I'm not explaining something enough for you, that's totally fine. Oh, and make sure you remember to set focus neighbors to auto wrap in ready, and you want to make sure you have that export bar for auto wrap. I defaulted to true. I think it's helpful, but you can turn it off if you don't want it. If you don't want it at all, you don't even have to put the code in there. So up to you. Oh shit. I mean, shoot. Okay, so battle, I don't think it's going to work now on its own, because it's depending on having enemies. And so maybe we will get, I feel like we probably want to have a way to test battle without doing all of that. Because we make the enemies in game right here. So we have enemies weighted. I need to be able to get just like a random enemy cohort. So we're going to look at, is it enemy spawn areas? I think we put it in there. Yeah. And so what we can do is call that and then this and just make a custom cohort. Let's do if enemies weighted empty, if I could spell, if I could type rather. Then we want to do enemies weighted equals enemy spawn areas dot areas weighted. And for now, I'm just going to do 0. We'll do the first basic one. Let's see if we can run battle on its own now. I think it needs to be areas weighted. All right, very nice. That's going to save us a lot of time. Why? So Pooh, why is your H so close to that, but Bongs is not? Bongo. We'll cross that bridge later. So our battle works on its own, it seems. I have a feeling when we end, I need to modify how we end the battle. So down here, when we get victory or defeat, when we queue free, instead of that, so we have debug reload. What we can do, I can find my position again. Down here we do if get owner, we just do owner. If owner equals null, we want to do debug reload, else that. I'm going to copy that down to here. Maybe we'll call that exit. I'll put it up by here. That way we don't have to call that a bunch. So then it doesn't care, you know, we can just modify exit in one place, which is really nice. Okay, let's take a look. So we do that on defeat and victory. I meant to just run battle. It's all about just making like your life easier when you're testing these things. And oddly enough, the HP and everything looks fine now. So we do that, and then we go to the reset. And I'm actually going to speed that up. All right, so we're set up to quickly iterate and get this figured out. So we're going to add item or magic. I think if their magic array is empty, or if their MP max is 0, we're just going to disable the magic button. I think that'll be the way to go. So that's always fun. We get to add a new button here. Magic. We can see we're going to need a bigger menu here. Alternatively, I can move defend over. Let's see, that's the main bottom. I think the margin bottom just seems like it's too much. It's a feed box. And why is there so much space there? Let's check this out. There we go. That's really where that should be, I think. Enemies. We can do that. That's going to give us more room. And if I go down to options, we probably want, let's just do this. Rec size. Do min size of like 56. And what I want is these things to have size flags that expand vertically. Or just fill. Fill's fine. You can see how now we have just enough space. I mean, our menu is kind of big now. Alternatively, we could go more horizontal with it. Let's see what this looks like. I mean, what's nice is we now have more room for like different enemy types. That'll give us room for 5 different enemy types. I don't know if we'll ever have that though. Yeah, I think maybe we'll make this into a grid container. It just throws off the balance for me. So options, we're going to change type to grid container. We're going to do 2 columns. And we'll find a 6th option to put in there to balance that. And then bottom, we're going to change that back to 48. It looks like we need the options window to be a bit bigger. 48, let's try go 64. Now options, we want to do size flags. Maybe I just need to change the separation. And I think we want to do shrink center. And shrink center on the V. This can be down to 2, 3. I guess it's alright. Seems fine. Let's update our cursor. And let's check this out with, yeah, kind of like them tighter. And of course I have to update my cursor. That's just for the editor. It automatically sets the position in the game. So we need a 6th option, and we can rethink the order as well. So we have fight. I'm going to call this defend. Item, magic, run. What else can I put in there? We could do equip. Equip. What else? For now, what we'll do is a blank filler over here. Just do that so we have something, and then we'll disable it. Fight, defend, item, magic, run. What the heck could I put there? Let's look at some Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. So they split up white magic and black magic. Well, that's Final Fantasy IV anyway. So we could have like special abilities for each class. That could be cool. Yeah, let's get that. I like that. It's going to be called first unsable it. We'll do special. And so we will override that text. I'm going to disable it for now though. That will be for like the thief to steal. The warrior, maybe we give them like a berserk mode or a cover, you know, something where they take the hits. And the mages, I don't know, we'll come up with something. So I'll make a note for that. Special battle rename to job specific ability. E.g. thief, steal, warrior, cover, takes all hits, or berserk. See. All right, what else? So we have that. This looks pretty good. Fight, defend, item, magic, run, special. All right, so let's do items because I already have that item menu set up. And then magic, we're probably going to convert submenu magic. We're probably going to make it so that this can go into a scroll container and we can make it a lot smaller for the battle. Like maybe we'll do half height and then let the player scroll through that. So I'll leave that open so that I remember. And then the items, we need inventory GUI, which is only a Okay, so we don't have a default. This goes into a menu. Okay, so it goes onto a container. I think what I'll do is so we have bottom. So I could hide these. We can hide them when we make the inventory GUI. This is just going to be a duplicate of options. I'll put this at the end of that. We're going to call this items. We're going to give it that. Oh no, not that one. So the options is going to be that. And inventory item updated. I think that's all right for now. So items, obviously it needs to be a bit bigger. Delete all that, and we want 2 columns good. And now we're going to give this. Let's see what expand or fill. That's way too much, huh? Maybe not. Oh no, yeah, those don't go to full screen. For now, I'll just manually put that in. Also, it does need to be in a scroll, which is going to be. I think in the margin container. Scroll. We can always move it out. Let me just do that. Alright, so items, we're going to have to do this. Let's try like 128. Let's try 160. Let's try 200. That looks about right. I maybe want to grab, like, actually find out how wide these are. So we're using 210 here. Let's do that in battle to keep it consistent. And so that's fine. Do 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 do. No. This size flags. We don't want that. Let's do the default for now. I do think we want to expand. And so we'll just toggle. We kind of do a swap, right? If we click on item. Let's get that implemented. It's going to be down on options button pressed. And this is where all that organization and planning we did is going to really come into play. We have to update that because it's now called defend. So we have items. I believe is what we call it on here. No, item. Let's do items. I like that. I like that a bit better. Let's get options. Just click on it. Item. Well, item's fine. And let's get magic. And special. Not implemented yet. I think it's disabled, but I'm just putting that in case. So item. First, let's get a reference to the items menu. If we go in order, it's going to be right after the enemy cohort info. We need that whole window, which is a 9 patch subtract equals items. That's just, yeah. Okay, we have items. We might need the inventory GUI as well. I'm gonna grab that. Go down to options button pressed. I'm just gonna paste these down so I know what they are. And I'm gonna do items.show. I'm not gonna animate it for now. And we want to do enemy cohort info.hide and options.hide. And inventory GUI dot button focus. Now at the beginning of the game, I think is when we'll set the inventory. Yeah, for the beginning of the battle. Let's just throw that right at the top. Might as well. Set inventory. New data.player inventory. It'd be cool if that just works. Oh, I ran the whole game. HBox container. So items. What do I have the wrong? I don't know how that happened. Oh, I deleted too much. I keep doing that. Item. Button grab focus on null instance. So it's telling me we don't have any items. And that makes sense because I don't have a default inventory. So let's put some stuff in there. New inventory.player. Do I do anything with, yeah, we have to get some crap in there. So now it should work with battle because data is always run first. Yeah, you can see we have potions. I don't know why that's showing up though. And maybe what I'll do is add, let's see, battle. So now we need to handle the inventory GUI. So we need to connect that. Okay, that's going to give us the signals that we need. We go down here. I'm going to copy these. Put that in front. It's going to be do 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 do. All right, cool. We have that. I really should just have the cursor. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but you can connect to the viewport and track focus. But it's all right for now. So inventory GUI, we connect. We should be able to move the cursor. I do want multiple items just so we have, we can test the movement within battle. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so it's working. We just need to figure out why why that is not hiding. Let's take a look at battle. Options.hide. Oh, because it's that options. We need the options window. the control. I don't really care. I keep doing that. Okay. There we go. So that looks pretty good. We have plenty of room. If anything, we have too much room. But I think that's all right. Now, we press on an item. What we want to do is be able to select our player cards. And I think for now we'll just make these focusable. Go into here, look at these cards, go into there. And so these are controls, so all we have to do is focus. We're going to do all. I think that is what we want. Mouse, ignore. Save that. Now I wonder if player info card should extend menu. Let's do it. But then these would have to be buttons. Let's not do that right now. Back here. I'm going to turn off the focus for now. I'm just going to do the target selection through text. Items. Let's run it again. So we pick an item. I don't know what was going on there. We want to be able to back out of this as well. So before I get the using of it, let me get the backing out of it. I wonder if Battle should now inherit from full screen GUI. Nah, there's a lot of stuff we don't really need in it. So back to Battle. So we're in item. We go up to our unhandled input. This is easy enough. I didn't have to reload. So we go there. All right, it's working, but we're not actually swapping that out. I think I'm going to make this easier. So we're going to take this. swap that out, and then down here, just make sure we do all of that. And then on options button focused, we want to make sure we do the inverse of that. I'm in the wrong script now. So take that, whoops. And so we want to make sure we show that. We're going to show the cohort info. We're going to hide items and do that. Okay. I have to fix that. It's like we need a yielder frame. That looks good. I don't know why that first time it goes so far over. Press item. Let's try that. That fixed it. Cool. Sometimes you just have to wait a frame. Back out. Nice. I'm thinking, how do I want to select the player? Do I want to pick their card? Look up Earthbound, how they do it, because we're kind of using the Earthbound setup. Earthbound battle. Let's see if we can just see it in here. I could make another cursor and we can pick the player. Or we can just go and make these buttons. I might even try writing that out. So let's see. We have info cards as menu, capitalized. We have info card as button, from button. Let's call it extends. Now the card, where do we put the button? This is easy enough to make a menu. It's already a container. This, I have to like make the button the size of that. I don't think it would be too bad. I think that is the way to go. And then in battle, the cursor will draw on top of this. And we'll have some kind of indication that we're selecting that target on top of the cursor. So let's give that a go. First, let's modify. So script, all we have to do is button or menu. Stem button, and then we have to change. Let's stop the game to Be nice if I could do a texture button, but I don't think that would work with a 9 patch. So we won't do that. This looks like it needs to inherit as a theme. And this is going to be the root. Take that, put it in here. It's going to be a window. Attach that, add that, save that, and whoops, we have to replace where we have the theme. Don't need it twice. Get it down here, farming theme. All right, now the button is going to steal from that. So now it follows that. And save it. And then we can use a signal. We're going to have these. Focus exited. Sometimes it doesn't go. I don't know why. So I had to do it twice. And then we'll have animations here. Go to previous animation. Do that. For now, what I want. So you're a menu. So you automatically have the functionality I need. Now we need to update a few things in battle. This player info cards is now. Oh, we're using that. No, we're going to change that up. Let's look at everywhere we're using that. Differentiate between those two. So now the menu. Do this. And just going to grab that. Down to. Do it after the enemy buttons ones. Do this. Do that. Cut that. We're going to put this in there. And I don't think we're going to need that. So we do want that. We press. This is not right. We know these will be item buttons too. Alright. Just gonna pass for now. So all I want to see right now is when I pick an item, So actually, I need to put that functionality in. So when we do this, we are going to focus on the player info cards menu. Null instance name. I wonder why that's happening. I don't know anything that would have changed that. What? You can see the battle actor exists. Has a name. Something about set index text. Oh. These aren't initialized yet. I just don't understand what changed. Like, why is this running before that's ready? And additionally, why isn't it fixed when I yield it? Oh, duh. Because I added, we now have window in front. So all of these paths are broken. Just going to copy that and then paste that in here. And really the tween I can put on the outside, it doesn't matter. Go back to cards, get rid of this crap, it's not needed now. And go to battle, run local. Alright, now we're, so that's what we wanted to see. Whee! Then we pick one. So we have to set the action. Now, do I do that up here? Current action, yeah. Let's see how I use that. Right. Because we do that and then we pick the target. And so let's grab this. This is going to go here. But we do need go to next player as well. And this one's going to be, that's fine, but then the enemy button is instead going to be button. Because that button is going to have battle actor. And get rid of that pass. And current action, we need to set when we pick the event here. Current action equals, do I have that? I don't have that in place yet. Let's just get this. And so we need to add those up top. So we have fight 10 item, magic, special. And just for, good measure, we'll put that in. I don't think we're using it here though. Oh, wait, Ron, we're just doing that. Yeah, we better. Let me put a note. Needs actual run mechanic instead of just closing battle. So, player info cards button pressed. Whatever our current action is, we're going to apply it to that battle actor from them. But we also need to get, now that we have items and magic, we have to grab the actual action. So let's do this. We'll do current item. Kind of like what we did in the field menu, how we handle that when we come out of the item or magic menu. We're doing a very similar setup. We have current item. When we press on the item button, we want to do this equals button dot item. I'm just going to make sure we do keep that in here. We do. We also want to check. Let's do this bar item. Button dot item. If item. We want to do this. Else pass error sound. But really, we shouldn't be able to select a button that doesn't have an all item anyway. That's really just a failsafe. I'm going to now, let's see. So we have to be able to send that item through. I might just do it here. Let me look at event queue. So that's just an array. We're sending it. Ouch. Let's make a custom. Add event. Add item event. Add event item that way. Okay. And so we're going to copy this and we're going to add item. Do the same for magic. We could probably do this in a way that's not repeating code. But I mean, look at these things. They're one-line functions. It's not really the end of the world here. You got to optimize where it makes sense. This doesn't warrant my time. So event queue.append. I'm trying to remember if there's anything I have to do today outside of this. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud. So we have that now. We grab that and go down to here. It's going to be add event item, and we're going to pass current item. And I think we might as well clear. Oh, you know what? We don't have to send that through. Just make sure that's null. We'll do current magic is null. To check if current item elif current magic. Just copy that. Oh, I just have to change the text. And we might as well get this. Just gonna make it a little bit cleaner. It's the actor actually. Good. It's not so much optimization I worry about. This is more just for legibility. Add event. That's pretty good. And then in the event queue, when we run through it, we have to, let's see, run event. Okay. It's going to need an open-ended resource. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, why don't I do that? That makes more sense. Add event with resource. Now, this is, okay, we're going to do this. Add event. We're cleaning this up. We're going to go up here. It's going to be resource. Resource. Just call it item or magic. And resource. We do item or magic. We're going to make that default to null. So you don't have to send it through. We can get rid of this crap. Now down here, it's probably where we should set these to null. Just to be safe. And actually this is better. We do current. Now this will break because now we're not checking if we have a valid item or magic. So I'm going to do that check. That's easy enough. Else, churn. So. Not expecting this. Just put that error in case we get to that. That's for future me. And we go to next player at the end. So back to the event queue, and I'm surprised that I'm actually able to piece this together relatively quickly like this. So we do fight, defend. Just copy this. Item, magic. Actually gonna use this one for now. And the damage value is going to be, we're using an item, we're not doing a damage roll on the actor. We do need to get the, so we need to send the item or magic through. That is going to be mandatory because when we call run event, yeah. Then magic. It's going to be up here. I think I spelled that right. I'm not sure. Indices, whatever. Actions. And states. Stop running that. We go back to run event. Let's finish this. So the item damage value is going to be item item or magic. Dot power. Do this for item. That way we get autocomplete. Same thing for magic. Well, I'll copy it over when we're done. So uses plus item.name plus on plus target name. You want to check now so far. That can stay the same. It's fine. If it's positive. Text.append. That's the first line. And we want rid of that. So we do if sign of damage value equals -1. Let's do positive first. Pass else. Let's see. I guess we can call it twice. That's right. What we can do is else here. If damage equals 0, pass elif else we append takes that damage. We check if they're defeated. We're only accounting for items that heal or hurt right now. We don't have status effects implemented or anything else like that. Whoops. I wanted to do this for magic, and we're going to change just this thing right here. We swap out any calls to item. And so magic is pretty much in place. I mean, it's exactly the same as items. Change that to like cast. All right, let's give it a shot. Just doing items for now. Use that on Civ. Let's have a couple people use items. So the heal hurt value was 0, apparently. What is it returning? The value. We'll say no effect. And if we're healing I should have put that in down there. It's all right. Let's copy this. And I want to take these, replace that. We do need to update item equipment as we go along, or item quantity as we go along. Cool. Robin is healed for 44 HP. I probably want to check if it's actually changing anything. And we do like that. If previous HP equals target.hp. Okay. But then it doesn't account for. We're gonna keep it like that for now. So what I need to do is actually find out like how much. But I think we do want to print out the actual value that it has. Sorry if I'm not explaining that well, but there's a difference between like the maximum it's actually healing that we could heal if we needed it, and then there's the amount that you know, we actually use. So, all right, we attack, we use a potion. We'll need effects. Now I want to see. I don't think I'm using the item. Yeah, so we still have them. We need to do that when we use it. No, we want to do it down here. When we set item to null. Right before it, we're going to do I guess it's always going to be the player inventory. What does that take? Item name? That takes the item. One. Let's see if that works. That's easy enough to test. All right, so that's working. And then if we go back, we need to add that item back in. So we go up to here when we hit cancel. So here when we're popping the event queue, we're taking the last one off. What we want to do now is access that. So for event equals that, that's going to be item or magic equals event.pop. Now we can do event item. I forgot to type this. Then we do. What's wrong with that? Event is already defined. Oh. Last event. do if item is item equals. I want to do dot add item. It's gonna be item and 1. Elif. Now magic. Expected 1. Add item by name. We'll just use that. We do item.name. Now magic, we're not going to charge the MP until we run that event. So I'll add that in real quick. And we do need to do an MP check as well before we send that through. Damage value. I think we might as well do it here. So we call. So we have actor, right? Dot. Let's look at. Find magic. Do we have use magic, or am I just manually? We're adding MP. So we do actor.add MP. Maybe magic.cost. It's gonna be negative. So we update their MP. Now down here, when we check if. Now before we get to that, we're gonna make. Once we make the magic menu. Just rough this in real quick. Put magic. Call it magic GUI. Keep it simple. I still have to make that. Remember. Button is going to be. I think it's still going to be item button. This is going to be magic.show. I'm going to comment that out for now. Down here, it's going to be magic equals magic. This button dot. Oh no. No, I'm going to have to rethink this. I haven't set the item button up for that. Do pass. And magic GUI button focused. We're not there yet, but I can leave that. So that's cool. We got items done. At least basic items. Look at my notes. Let's fix it. And close that. Delete that rather. We're gonna need like other item types and using them, like status, effect, clears / applications, offensive items, etc. Put that down here. Item drops on defending, hit impact animation. I think that'll be good. Critical hits, that's good. All of that. It's up the top. Also need that. And before we get into that, we need status effects in the first place. Do poison, sleep, paralysis, silence, berserk, maybe like bided or something like that for up evasion chance. Shell / protect equivalence. We'll call it something else. All of these something else to avoid. To be more original, just put that. And also need more magic spells. Let's do this after all of this. Because the magic spells, a bunch of them are going to deal with status effects, so we'll wait until we get magic in battle, and then we'll do status effects. We'll do item types, which will heavily depend on status effects, as well as the magic spells that we'll be adding. And then we can get the stat changes. Equipping shields is on the to-do. Backing out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Special button. Priorities. I'm not in priorities right now. Right. 2? Oh, that's low priorities. Okay. Cool. That's pretty good progress for today. I'm glad we got that in. And I'm going to go take a break. Next time I come on here, we'll be looking at magic in battle and then status effects. That'll probably be one video. We might not do all of these status effects at once, but we'll probably focus on the easy ones and go from there. All right, so that should be pretty fun, pretty interesting stuff. We're really getting to the point where we have like all this really basic stuff done, and now we're getting to the super fun stuff. All right, so I hope you're enjoying it. Hopefully your game is going well and your learning process as well. As always, let me know if you have any questions or feedback, and feel free to interact with the channel in any way. Every little bit helps if you want. All right, have a great day.